JM, we are back again. Third time today. We can do the short intro this time. Hello again. T-Man, Sergeant Stogie, Fanny, Daniel Barnes, JM, everyone. Thanks for joining me yet again. Third time today. In case you missed it, this morning we did a little March Madness introductory show, kind of walked through the bracket that we've got set up, looked at the percentage of each team winning according to 538, opened some packs, talked through the strategy of Madness. Then we were back for a PGA show, breaking down everything from the Players' Championship this weekend and the first ever week in DraftKings Rainmaker. And I kind of talked through how I personally went through the week, opening some packs, winning money in some contests, making 3 sales on the marketplace. You can check that out if you're into the DraftKings Rainmakers at all for the PGA Tour product. And now we're talking some hoops. We have the Mega Madness contest this evening, where we're giving away 100 additional Madness main event packs. So make sure you head on over to hoops.otmnft.com and get in there. We have 409 current entrants. So right now, 25% of the field taking home a Madness pack, and the winner will, of course, get a Jolly Joker. The Open Gym contest starts tomorrow. This is going to be a 5 slate competition taking place through the rest of this week and then finishing next Monday. This will not have any weekend slates in it, so Saturday and Sunday will be taken off there. That'll be through the end of the week, and again, finishing up on Tuesday. Who else do we got? Laces out. JM, Dan, JM, Ben. JM, Ben, did you change your picture? Did you change your Joker picture? Or has that always been yours? I feel like that's new. Rocking the crown. Gotta respect that. All right. Let's talk some hoops here again. 100 Madness packs up for grabs this evening. And let's check out the NBA slate here. Let's see. I'll navigate to the old Top Shot Flash Challenge terminal where we can see the games this evening. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. I'm streaming for the third time. Am I going crazy, or does Ben literally look different than he did earlier? Glad to hear that I am not going crazy. Not yet. We'll save that for tomorrow when I'm doing this for 10 straight hours. But I think we got, 5 or 6 games tonight? 7. All right, we got a 7-game slate this evening. We've got Indiana, Detroit, Minnesota, Atlanta, Memphis, Dallas, Utah, Miami, Boston and Houston, Phoenix and Golden State, and Milwaukee and Sacramento. A couple of nice games for sure on the slate here. Memphis, Dallas is a great one, tipping off at 7:30. And then both of the late games, Phoenix and Golden State and Milwaukee and Sacramento, should be a nice slate here. From the over-unders, we're rotating between about 225 as high as 244. So, wow, big total here from the Milwaukee-Sacramento game, as well as the Atlanta and Minnesota game. Both of those up in the 240s, kind of standing above the rest in terms of paced up games for this evening. Let's check out what we're looking at from a player standpoint. Well, I guess first, going back to the games, right? So we're going to have Giannis available. We're going to have Luka available. Jimmy Buckets, Jason Tatum, and the rest of the Boston crew. Trae Young, Steph. I was about to say Kevin Durant, but we do not have Kevin Durant because he's injured. But we got the rest of the Phoenix crew, Devin Booker and the gang. I'm going to clear off my lineup to start here. Okay, so we got Giannis questionable with a hand. He's dealing with a hand injury, uncertain. Okay. So we're going to want to keep an eye on Giannis. That is obviously a major impact On the slate, Sacramento as a plus, so Milwaukee's as a 2-point favorite, which maybe does indicate that they're not expecting Giannis to play. And with a 10 o'clock start time, does anyone know what the latest with Giannis has been? Like, has he been playing the last couple? If anyone has some more info on the Giannis situation, that is definitely impactful on the slate. And like I said, he does not play until 10 p.m. So depends on how you want to approach it. Typically, in these past couple nights where there was only one Jolly Joker up top that was up for grabs and it was basically total boomer bust, like maybe you do risk it with Giannis and hope that he plays and get that upside. However, tonight, with 100 packs up for grabs, if you're looking to target that top 100, it might make sense to play it a little more conservative. And in an event where Giannis did not play and you faded him, that in itself could get you the cash, because I know a lot of people will just be blindly clicking him in. We've also got Kyrie questionable, dealing with a foot injury. Yeah, so we're going to have to take a look at these injuries. And I probably should have done a little research before the show, but we like to wing it on this one. You know, we figure it out as we go together. We can just share the whole process here. So we're Googling Kyrie Irving's injury stats. Let's see what he's got. He's on the injury report. We're probably just going to get a bunch of nothing. Yeah, all right. Well, we're just going to have to keep an eye on these, is the bottom line. It's 4 o'clock, so it's a little early to know for sure what's going to happen with these injuries. We do know for sure that we've got Steph Curry and Devin Booker facing off against each other in the late game. Now, if I have to guess, that is probably going to be a pretty high-owned pair, rightfully so. But when we look at the guard position is stacked this evening. We've got that Curry-Booker pair. We've got potentially Kyrie, depending on whether or not he plays. So is Luka out? I guess Luka's out tonight. Luka must be out. Right? Yeah, Luka's out. Yeah. So Luka's hurt. It's that time of the year, right? Everyone's a little banged up, getting ready for playoffs. But even so we've got, it's almost like because we don't have Luka, the guard position is a lot more interesting. Because when you get Luka on here, he's gonna be like 10 points projected over everyone else, and it's pretty hard to make that fade. But with the player pool as it stands, yes, we have Steph and Booker at the top, but man, look at the other options. Kyrie with Luka out, Trae Young, Jaylen Brown, De'Aaron Fox, Murray, Drew Holiday, with the potential that Giannis is out. That's intriguing to me. Desmond Bane, Chris Paul. I mean, there's literally, I don't know. I'd say there's 10 to 15 guards tonight that could realistically end up being the top scoring guard. So, yeah, this might be the most like evenly distributed setup I've seen in a while. Because typically you have that one guy that stands above the rest. But yeah, picking folks in this range, I think is definitely interesting. Let's go with this. Let's build our lineup under a thesis that Giannis does not end up playing at 10 p.m., right? And let's go with Fox and Drew Holiday. So we get Drew Holiday, who becomes even more of a strong play if Giannis is out. And then we've got Fox. And I think we get both of them pretty low ownership. Maybe we end up throwing the chalky guards into the utility spot down the line. We'll see. But now we go to forward. We're just going to lock in Tatum, which is typically a sharp move. And look at the drop-off here. So, okay, Middleton has a little bit of higher projection and could get that bump from Giannis being out potentially. But look at the weekly averages here. Jimmy, you've got Giannis at 52, Tatum at 58, Jimmy Butler at 39, and then you drop all the way down to 23. So I feel like whereas the guard position, we had a lot of balance and a pretty tight distribution of projections, with the forward position, you might just want to eat up the chalk and go with Tatum and Butler if you have them in your collection. And there could be people that I'm missing out on as well. Although I own a lot of Top Shot moments, so I probably have them all. I mean, Sabonis, always steady. We've already got Fox and Holiday. I think we just kind of triple down there. And now we are looking at the 3 utility spots. Giannis, like we said, we're gonna play the fade on Giannis just in the event that he does get injured. Kyrie is also questionable. I think what I will do is I will temporarily click in my Kyrie hero. Remember, because I've seen some people on Twitter and such that were not fully aware of this. You can play one hero each night in hoops, and that can be any rare or legendary moment, and then that player will get a 1.25x multiplier on how many points they score. So really critical to have a hero in the lineup. I mean, people that had the Jokic hero last night, I think Jokic scored 84 points just straight up. And so what? You're tacking on another 20 points on top of that. You're getting over 100 points for a Jokic hero. Absolutely massive. So definitely, obviously the prize, it's not like the prizes are going to return a ton of value. So not necessarily recommending to go out and buy some rares just for hoops, but I am saying that if you have rares in your collection, now's the time to be putting them to use. And hey, if you want to add some rares to your collection, why not have this be another little extra incentive for you to do so? I've got my Joel Embiid rare, and I'm locking that in every single time that man is on the floor. My Sixers, my Joel. So that's typically my go-to rare. And then I've got this Kyrie, and I also have a Russell Westbrook. So that's what I'm working with. I know Neil's got a Giannis rare that just is an absolute smash play pretty much any night. All right. So now look, we could just hammer in Curry and Booker and finish our lineup that way, and that will give us the highest projection. Or we could pivot slightly to a Trae Young, Jaylen Brown. Not sure if the chat has any thoughts. I kind of like going with a Trae Young and then maybe just jamming in Steph because it's Steph, right? And this will give us a lineup of Fox, Holiday. Remember, Giannis potentially out. Tatum and Jimmy Butler at the forward position. Sabonis at center. Sabonis, for me, at least with my collection, is kind of my default center play whenever Jokic and Embiid aren't playing. Sabonis always kind of pops as my third option. And typically he's either locking down that center spot if those guys aren't playing, or if those guys are playing, I find myself using him in the utility quite frequently as well. I've got Kyrie, who I'm going to be keeping an eye on injury-wise as my hero. Trae Young, Steph Curry. We're going to go ahead and submit that roster. Let's see, 417 people have entered the contest. Let's check out what we had last night. Our winning lineup. Yeah, there's that Jokic I was talking about. 105 points for the Jokic hero. My goodness. But yeah, it's a fun exercise to look at the winning lineups, and I feel like I've noticed a trend. Let's see if it plays true in this one. It looks like it does. Yep. So what I've been noticing is that the winning lineup oftentimes seems to be a massive amount of chalk with like one pivot that is super low owned, and maybe a second one that's like middling owned, 20, 30%. Right? So we take a look at this lineup. Donovan Mitchell, 72% owned. James Harden, 67% owned. Mobley, 50%. Randall, 84%. Jokic, 93%. 93% Jokic. 90% Embiid. 80% Anthony Davis. And there it is. Just 7% for CJ McCollum. And CJ McCollum puts up that 44-point game that gives Hurricane Gita the win by 6 points, too. So pretty decisive win there. But I've been noticing a trend that, like, yeah, in hoops, in this game of basketball, the good players score well so frequently, right? They have such a high floor and a high ceiling that it doesn't really make sense to fade Jokic or fade Embiid, right? You want to play them just about every time if you have them in your collection. And frankly, if you don't have them in your collection, you might as well go up and scoop out a floor one. You can probably get one for what, $2, $3, $4, $5. So I think that's worth it just to have Jokic, Embiid access because, man, they know how to put up points. But you see all that high ownership, but then you have this CJ McCollum as a one-off. Same thing here. A lot of the same chalk players, Josh Giddey as their one-off. I think it's actually the exact same lineup other than the one-off there in Josh Giddey. Okay, yeah, it seems to be kind of the trend there. You got Terry Rozier. I'm sure it speaks. So here we go. This person did not have the Jokic hero. They had the D'Angelo Russell hero as their one-off. Also had Tobias Harris in there. First time we're seeing them. And also, so this is the leaderboards that you can check out as we get live. And then you can also look at the player stats. You can see all the ownership percentages. You can see the leader in points on a given night. This will update live during the games. And look at that. Trey Murphy put up a big game. Does Trey Murphy not have any top shot moments? Is that why? Or did nobody play them? And there, look at that, D'Angelo Russell. Someone played that D'Angelo Russell hero. D'Angelo Russell, as an entire entity, only 1% owned. Puts a 51. And there we have it. Hoops, definitely a fun, interesting game. A lot of similarities to Rumble in terms of how the game itself works, but I'd say a lot of differences in terms of, generally speaking, fantasy football compared to fantasy basketball. Fantasy basketball, that high floor, elite players, tight range of outcomes. Football, Justin Jefferson can get 2 points in a given week. He can have a bad game. It happens. Jokic, Embiid, Giannis, unless they get injured, they're not having mega bad games, right? Even their worst games are still going to get you fantasy points because they're out there on the court so frequently and just so effective once they are out there. If you haven't already, make sure you sign up for tonight's contest. Hoops.otmnft.com. Make sure you're also claiming your free pack for Own the Madness, the main event. We are creeping up on 2,000 entrants, which is awesome. Creeping up there. If you haven't checked in on the Madness site yet today, you'll notice that the team names have now replaced the previous TBDs. If you open any new packs, you'll have the team names right during the pack opening experience. Oh, we got Panda King in the house. Hello, hello. We got Big D Bombers. JM. Ben says, TJ pontificating. Yes, I am. That's what these solo shows are for. You know, it's like a therapy session with myself and all of you, just kind of talking through whatever the heck's going on. And I'm pumped for some hoops. I'm excited about what we have coming with the Hero of Hoops competition. We did not release the details there, but again, similar to what we have with the Jolly Joker series of poker, this idea of qualifiers and satellites and having kind of one main tournament that takes place at the end. And then you have lots of different ways to try and win your way into that tournament so that you get a seat at the table to compete against the very best in the JJSS for that grand prize. Pretty stoked about that and really excited about all the cool, fun stuff we've got going on at OTM, going on with the Jolly Jokers. And yeah, March Madness is going to be a ton of fun. Actually going to be live right after this too on Twitter. Let me go ahead and pull that tweet up. We are going to be joining our friends, the Knights of Degen. I should probably tweet this out again. We're joining them at 5 p.m., so in 30 minutes, talking about March Madness, Web3. They've got a cool Web3 type bracket game that they're doing. We've got our own The Madness game. So we're just going to kind of get together with those two communities. And we've also got a little poker action tonight in the Degen Tavern, teaming up with our friends, the Knights of Degen. We've got this KOD Jolly Jokers March Madness. You can join their club, 343-786. I posted the info in the Discord, but the password for this KOD JJ tournament is 0313. We've got some sweet prizes up for grabs. First place, you're going to get your choice of a Jolly Joker or a Steed from the Knights of Degen. Second place will get whichever one first place did not select. Third through ninth is going to get $20 to the Degen Tavern, getting some credit there. And then everyone in the top 9, everyone that makes the final table, getting an additional Madness main event pack. Like the stream if you have not already. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And you know what? Since we've got over 20 people in here, let's do a little hashtag hoops in the chat, and we'll give away a Madness pack because why not? You all turned up for this. Give me a hashtag hoops if you're still hanging out there. We got Eagle Putt, JM, Dream Shake, JM, T-Man needs all the help he can get. Hashtag hoops if you want to enter the giveaway for a Madness pack. Thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon. And come on, tomorrow, all day, baby. We are getting on here at noon. It's going to be, I'm super pumped about tomorrow. I think it's going to be a monumental day for the Jolly Jokers. I really am looking forward to it. Pumped for the existing holders to be able to get that opportunity to add some new JJs to their collection at discounted prices. Opening up that public sale for $99 to allow the folks that maybe have not gotten their first Joker yet to get on in and join the community. I'm really looking forward to closing out this 5,000 collection, finding a home for all of the JJs out there, finding a home for the remaining Golden Goats. We've still got Golden Goats in the wild, waiting for someone to press that mint button so that they can find their home in a Dapper wallet on the Flow blockchain. If you haven't seen it yet, this is our all-star crew for tomorrow. Lucky for all of you, you'll be listening to many more voices other than my own tomorrow. I know today, been a lot of TJ talking, pontificating, as Ben would say. But tomorrow, I've got, I think, over 20 people joining me. 20 people! And they're all brilliant people that have done amazing things in this space. And I feel like we're going to touch on so many topics that are different but similar. Right? We've got Web. We're kicking off strong. Coop is back. He's going to be back, which is great. He was away last week on vacay with the family, but Coop's going to be back, joined by Space Cowboy and Linkstyle. We're going to be talking Web 3 times golf. Creek. True story here. True story. I wanted Neil and I to do a Twitter Spaces last Friday, and he declined. He broke my heart. and said he didn't want to do it. He said, nope, not going to do it. So, maybe what we need is the community to really tell Jolly Neal that we want to hear his jolly voice and see his jolly face. But yeah, true story. I wanted to do a little Twitter Spaces talking about OTM analytics. I mean, Neal's a true legend in the space, and people don't even know it. All these amazing tools and games, they come from the hands of Neal and his code. And he doesn't get the credit because, I don't know, these developers, man, they just want to sit and type. They don't want to get out and speak to the people and show their face. Yeah, Brandon says it. Come on, Neal. The site looks good. The site is awesome. The site is awesome, and Neal is the true engine that keeps the OTM train running. So, yeah, we Neal at the altar at Neal. If everyone's hopping in Discord, tag Neal and tell him that he's the best and that you appreciate everything he does, because without Neal, none of this would be possible. Anyways, shout out Neal. He's welcome to join me on any of these slots tomorrow if we could ever get graced by his presence. But as I was saying before, I really am preaching today. I'm enjoying this. This is fun. It was actually funny earlier, or a little bit ago. I was upstairs. My girlfriend was like, "Who were you on a call with? You were talking so weird." And I was like, "Oh no, I was not on a call. I was streaming solo." She's like, "That makes way more sense." She was like, "I was like, what?" Oh, I was like, "Yeah, that's the live stream voice. That's the pontification, the ranting, all of the things." Okay, I've tried to run through the agenda 4 times unsuccessfully. I'm going to run through it now, and then I'm going to jump off because in 30 minutes, we've got our Twitter Spaces with the Knights of DGen. The schedule tomorrow, first session, Web3 times golf, talking some DraftKings Rainmakers PGA Tour. We've got Coop, we've got Space Cowboy, and we've got Lynx DAO. Going to be talking about all the awesome things going on at the intersection of golf and Web3. Then we're going to have back-to-back Dapper Sports roundtables. We've got NFL All Day with Diamond, Mr. X from All Day All Night, and Alex NFL All Day. Then we've got a Top Shot roundtable. We've got Dream Shake, our guy from Boards to Buckets. We've got Treaticus from Collectin' and Connectin', and Clegains from Moment Ranks Play. Following that, we're going to be talking some poker. And reminder, we're also going to have our big Mega Madness poker game tomorrow night at 8:30 in the Jolly Joker Club GG app. So if you're not in there yet, make sure you register for tomorrow night's game. 100 Madness packs up for grabs. But we're doing a little poker roundtable. Bomber 52 from Poker Go, Joe Candy from the Knights of DGen, and Greek Freak from the Bazaar Stars. Then we're going to talk a little Flow PFP. We got Crypto Poppy from the Pirates of the Metaverse. We've got Dimension X. We're also now, as a call-in, going to be getting on someone to talk some UFC Strike. And I know Crypto Poppy is really into La Liga. So we're going to talk a little La Liga, a little UFC Strike, and just, talk Flow, PFPs. Then we've got the big brain, Justin Herzig, coming on, doing a best ball draft from Underdog, getting all the alpha on how we want to be drafting early for next NFL season. All the full swing drafts is going to be here before we know it. Justin will then stay on with me as Clay from the Knights of DGen comes on, and we talk all things March Madness and kind of the next generation of March Madness experiences, brought to you by OTM and KOD. Whew. Then we got a Flow session. We got 2 of the legendary builders on Flow, Mr. MBL from Floaty and Christian from Evaluate. So we'll talk about Floaty's marketplace. We'll talk about the Evaluate trade tool, things that are huge. And then we got the OG roundtable at night. LG, Zakarian, Plunge Father. What a crew. Super stoked. A-list cast. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and planning to join me tomorrow. It's going to be a fun day. And we're going to be minting the whole time. Jokers are going to be flying. We're going to be minting, and we are going to be getting to that secondary marketplace as soon as we can. Because really, when to start trading jokers on secondary. It's not up to me. It's not up to me. It's up to all of you. So cheers to tomorrow. See you in 30 minutes on Twitter to talk some March Madness. And of course, hanging out in the Discord as always. Bye, everyone. Oh, wait. Oh, I almost forgot the giveaway. Oh, ho, ho. I almost forgot the hashtag hoops. Almost forgot the hashtag hoops. Last call. Whew. How about that? How about that? We almost forgot, but we're back. We got the hoops. So close to a rug, Stogie. So it's like so close, but we recovered. And we're going to draw a name here for a Madness pack. Whoever wins, head on into the Discord. We'll get you set up in a support ticket there. Good luck, everyone. The winner is Daniel Barnes, rocking the Barry Bonds. Jeez. Barry Sanders, Jolly Joker with the Rasta hat. Love that, JJ. Congrats, Daniel. Thanks for hanging out this afternoon. And hey, maybe the Madness pack you receive as a result of this giveaway will be the one that lands you in Las Vegas, Nevada for NBA Summer League and the World Series of Poker this July. That's what we're playing for this week. And until then, I'll see you all on Discord and see you all day tomorrow. Peace.